All right. This is Ego, and I've got Crab here, and we're doing an ability draft commentary. This is the first of hopefully many. Probably we'll do some kind of introduction video at some point, so I don't plan on doing this introduction every time. But a little background. I love this mode. Crab hates it. I I love this mode because it's completely unbalanced and ridiculous. But we'll get into more of that. Let's take a look at the board. And so, Crab, look at this board. What do you think is like the most important stuff on this board, from your opinion?
Which team has the most int heroes will lose. That's
Okay.
that's my general thing going forward. But if we're talking about actual commentary for what's popular in this patch, there's always the good old getting like impetus on a melee character, but that doesn't scale because you can't auto attack with it because Volvo. Same thing with like OD Aura and OD auto attack. There are a lot of like with your particular character here, you could go for that. Getting some sort of ranged orb attack.
Right now, from what I understand from the patch, I think they broke orbs on melee characters. So
Oh, okay. Well, hey,
I think it's
one
broke.
less thing.
Yeah, so I almost picked an orb in one of my other games that's not featured here, and the guy on my team's like, "Whoa, don't do that," because apparently after 300 yards, orbs will automatically miss on like melee or something like that.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, because they changed the because they did that so you couldn't punch somebody from across the map.
Right. Now,
Okay.
I have Trian, which I think is one of the best base heroes in the ability draft because his base
Hmm.
attack damage is awesome, his strength game's good, his intellect game's not bad. So now I wanted to grab an attack speed, so I was going to get Geminate or whatever this one is, the Paul one, Feral
Hmm.
Impulse.
So
Didn't work out. So I picked up Essence Aura.
okay.
Now I picked up Essence Aura because you'll see once I get my next pick what I wanted to do with that.
Okay.
So,
Well, no, it's not going to be Arcane Orb. So I'm thinking of like what's the most spammable nuke to me left in the pool would be something like maybe Mystic Snake. That might be what you're going
Decay,
for.
baby. Decay.
All right. Well,
So the idea was,
okay.
I can get down to 4 seconds, and then basically it's just endless harass.
All right.
Um, that was the plan. Um, at this point in the pool, I remember starting to get a little worried because we had most of the group fight, a good chunk of the group fight was taken up by their team with Burrow Strike and Overgrowth.
Yeah.
In ability draft, especially in my MMR, I think that's kind of what makes and breaks most games. Is like everybody wants to get the stupid build, and nobody wants to get like the group fight stuff, and
Hmm.
that ends up working out against us.
Yeah. No, I see that no one has decided to get Epicenter.
Yeah.
Your favorite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Epicenter's great. I love
It's
channeling
pretty
it,
good.
getting interrupted, and then having the cooldown reset because of that. That's
Yeah, I
fantastic.
know. I watched Navi in a game the other day, and that happened. He thought he hit shift, but he didn't, so he just wiggled and no epicenter.
Well, the good news is that the first pick on my team, did pick what I think most people consider like the best single ability in ability draft. He
Oh
did
yeah,
get Sakuchi.
Shikuchi. Yeah, Shikuchi's pretty good.
And their second pick, they picked Untouchable, which I think is not a second pick passive. I mean, it's a great passive, but it's not second pick
No, it's
material.
not. It's not that great.
Um, so there was
No, you
some
got
hope.
Static Storm, didn't you?
Yeah,
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 that's
he
not
got
too
Stack Storm and Disruption Field. So he's basically Razor with Shikuchi so far.
bad. All right.
So I'm coming back up again, and you'll see this ability is very underrated in ability draft. Living Armor.
Yeah, Living Armor's good.
So I definitely want to. I knew like by the time it got to me that if I wasn't going to get a attack speed stuff, I was going to have to just play a support role.
Yeah.
So Assassin's Aura, DK, and then Living Armor. Um, so the on their side so far, the Lycan is looking pretty scary. Not so much that he can do a lot of damage, which I looked at him, I was like, all right, he's not gonna be able to just like wreck us straight up.
He's just durable.
He's just durable as heck, and if we let him get enough items, he will eventually wreck us.
Yeah.
And they got Mana Shield, which I really wanted to get with Essence Order, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah. Mana Shield's only good with Essence or if you've got something you can spam constantly to refresh your mana.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you just lose it all.
right. And
Some-
yeah, definitely.
But it's good. And it'll be really good for your teammates. Like, that axe is going to be hurting for mana, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the axe, though, his build is a little weird.
It's ambitious. And, yeah, not what you call intuitive.
No, no, and then you can see that the first and second pick got to pick up. Movement speed ore is fine for Tim's, and like Nature's Attendance is just a bad pickup for Lycan. He didn't really have much of a choice. He probably could have taken the Wolves or something instead.
Yeah.
So, why don't you like ability draft, Crab?
Okay, well,
Prepare for battle.
all right. Well, I think it's where it is in terms of how random it is. Like I like that there's a random pool of heroes that selects for you to choose from. But the one big gripe I have with it as it is now is you don't get to draft your base hero. So I feel like a lot of games, whichever team has base heroes, it's easier to build with whatever abilities are in the pool, have an innate advantage. So I think that either that needs to be more random or less random. I just don't like how random it is right now. So then it just feels like out of the gate, like the combination of abilities and stuff, they're not balanced to be used the way they are in ability draft. So that doesn't really bother me. But what bothers me is the random base heroes. Because some base heroes just like they've got really impressive stat gains, or they've got really bad stat gains to make up for their good innate abilities. Like for example, like Weaver as a base hero, I think is pretty shit because he's balanced around having Shikuchi, as an escape mechanic. So like he doesn't have great stat gain, doesn't have great base stats, yada yada.
Right. I mean, like one of the worst things that can happen in ability draft is you get one of those really bad heroes that are just bad. Like Weaver. Is bad like Slark, and who's the one that's really bad to get? Oh, Visage. Visage is god awful.
Yeah, slow.
Yeah,
definitely.
So I could definitely see that being a valid criticism. So here we are. I don't know why he came out of stealth. I don't know why Sand King did, but
no, he's
I saved my skill point for living armor. I wanted to spend it on decay. That's what I wanted to do, but I was like, he's not going to live without it.
Yeah.
And then luckily our team did get first blood right off the bat there.
Yeah, no, they had a thing going on in the top rune where I noticed that they got the Shikuchi off on the OD, and then he kind of stuck around, and then he just stuck. So that's fine.
All right, so we got bottom lane. We got Mei, who's kind of like a support type. Sand King, which is God knows what he is. Mid, Razor's a good mid. He will be very functional with a lot of levels, and that's kind of what you want out of that.
Yeah.
And then top is really strong, with the exception of Axe, which is like, I don't know what he was going for.
Yeah, well, so if you take example of the Sand King's build, like everything you could argue synergizes in context. Like, he can static link someone while he's in Nature's Guise, I don't want to break it, and he gets a lot of damage. And then he comes out and smacks them with Gemini attack, and on paper, that's great. But with the base hero of Sand King being the right-clicking monster that he is, with his stat gain and base, attack, it's not so good. Like, if his base hero was like a Drow, that would be fantastic.
Right.
But,
So, this is the pattern you'll see. This is Disruptor's response to pretty much everything we do, which is run in melee and Sandstorm. And I was thrilled with this, personally, because he kept the lane push for us. And that's what we needed, given that we were 2 melees going against 2 ranged.
Yeah, you can't be fighting way outside of your tower.
So here I got my first level of Essence Aura. I wanted to get my decay spam going, but my teammates were not very good at not taking damage. So
yes, I can see.
So living armor had to be. I needed to basically be dumping points in living armor, or at least for a little bit,
And just using it.
So that's what you'll see in the beginning here. Now, one of the things I like about ability draft is in a certain way it resets the playing field. Like it won't make a bad player good, and it won't make a good player bad, but it does normalize things a little bit. The beginning board stage, you can really make up for your shortcomings. Where like if you're strategic and you get the right abilities, it can make up for some of your downsides as a player. You will see me make numerous mistakes.
Well, this wouldn't be much of a video.
Yes. And part of that is that one of the things that's difficult about ability draft, and one of the reasons why it's probably one of the hardest modes to play as Skill Player, is like you can't rely on guides. And so there was a couple times where I was just like, don't know what I'm going to build here. But
yeah, no, and I can see the appeal to it, because that's honestly one of my favorite parts, is you just try to triage, the shortcomings of your hero and figure out what items you should get and when, to make up for that or to help you do what you're doing better. While this is happening, they've got the Spirit Breaker on their team has an interesting jungle build. He died, which wasn't ideal.
Oh, wow, I missed that one.
Yeah, that's why I have a second kill, is he died doing a wolf camp. So he's got double helix and caustic finale. So like on paper, that's great.
Okay, yeah, I didn't even notice that when I was playing.
Too busy focusing on Darude going in your lane.
Yeah, there's my Darude going. So I've got 1 point in decay now, so now I'm just basically spamming that. Got the courier pick off, and I didn't get to see where that was, but it's fine.
Assuming it's top, but who knows?
Yeah, so let's see what net worth. Okay, Lycan is pretty ahead, but not too far ahead. It's our 3, I guess, quote-unquote cores. I don't know if you can call them that.
Yeah.
Are doing pretty good. We're ahead overall.
Yeah, just from a glance at mid for like a creep wave or two, and the Razor's having a very hard time last hitting, and the Lycan is not.
Is that a hard time last hitting because of his character or because of his skill level?
Well, I mean both, because I play a lot of Razor, but his base damage is very, very low.
Poo-poo.
Like he's got like roughly 20 less damage than the Lycan does right now, and while he's got a better attack animation, that's still a 20 damage swing when you're trying to last hit.
So up top, it was a 1-1 swing.
Yeah, but you guys got experience, I think.
Yeah, Axe got Axe and Medusa got Spirit Breaker, and OD couldn't stop him. Now, OD was attacking the Tombstone, which normally is a good thing to do, but I have a feeling if he had just helped kill the Axe, he probably could have saved the Spirit Breaker and still killed the Tombstone. But
yeah, or even killed Medusa, because she got away with 80 HP, which he does 76 damage, so that's 3 hits. 2 hits, maybe 2 hits.
Another good reason why the Sandstorm is great for me is it lets him be nice and stationary for me to do my DKs.
Yeah.
So we have an Axe teleport bot. I was like, maybe somebody can make something of this.
He has nothing. He has a leech seed.
Yes, and then I realized I remember looking at his thing. I was like, oh, maybe he's got some kind of stun or snare. Leech seed.
Split shot doesn't do anything for him, does it? I'm curious.
Don't know.
I don't think it would. Oh, there. All right, here we go. We're going for a kill.
And right then I was like, nope.
Oh yeah, we got the Battle Hunger speed. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he didn't get the speed, but he got the Battle Hunger slip.
Yeah. So with only 2 points in Essence and a low mana pool, it's not as wonderful as you think it would be.
Well, no, like the rough math is with 4 points in Essence you can cast a 100 mana spell every second, and that works. But it's not what's going on. Your Sand King's not doing much though. That's unfortunate.
No, and that was kind of the thing was he.
He's got
what was
treads.
going on? Let's just say I just don't know. I don't know what the plan was.
I mean, he's spamming his invis, walking home. I guess that's fine.
Yeah.
Gotta watch out for all their globals.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Weaver's got Charge Darkness. Yeah.
Let's say Sam. Oh man, what was Spirit Breaker doing? Oh, he must be going straight for Midas.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
He's got a shield, and he's just dumping points into his passive.
He should have put 4 in Helix instead of 3/3. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think Caustic Finale's. I mean, it's fine, but it's not as good as Counter Helix when your entire game consists of getting hit in the face by creeps. I don't think that works.
And my impression is that, now tell me if I'm wrong, if you are going to go a jungling build, and it's pretty much absolutely necessary to get falling, basically.
It depends on the hero, and that doesn't really hold true for Lily Draft because they're just like weird amalgamations of things. So, like for example, this game, like the Spirit Breaker's hitting things, but there's Action Bot.
Yeah.
But like, it just depends on what you need to do to jungle. Most people who jungle early rely on either minions that are getting hit, like Eidolons or Wolves or something like that, or Treants, or on abilities that let them jungle efficiently, like Counter Helix or Legion's counterattack, stuff like that. Very rarely is it just like them smacking a creep. Those are usually like guys with innate lifesteal, like Bloodseeker or Lifestealers, stuff like that. So I mean, sometimes you need it, but I don't think it's good to make a blanket statement on that one.
All right, so this is when things got a little hairy.
Yeah, I think this guy's dead.
This is me trying to attack him and then realizing he's got untouchable and I take
I guess that's the play. He's like, you can't cast spells and I'm untouchable.
Yeah, so I got a
so
little nervous
death
there.
by 1,000 paper cuts? Is that what the play is?
Yeah. But
oh god, watching this guy try to stutter attacks. This is rough. Oh, and then with the attack animation cancel, he can't do it.
Yeah, he can't. Oh man, it's great. And we saw we saw Razor get a kill with Sakuchi and Eye of the Storm together, which is a great combination.
Yeah, no, and he
kinda-
was clipping things with Plasma Field.
he
Not really
really
shred switching, but we're not looking for that here. That's fine. That's not. It's fine.
One thing you should come to these videos for, it's not pro play, but
Yeah,
rather quote unquote pro play.
Okay, all right. With the quotation marks.
Yes,
Tag.
with like 7 quotation marks on either side, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. And
You
then
were getting charged.
Yeah.
I think you were dead. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Look, he used
So-
it on you.
I knew
he
he was
turned
in
to a
here,
zombie.
and I just couldn't get in there.
No, he can't get out either. He's in there.
So I just wanted to get some creeps and get my health back a little bit. Man, I can't tell you how much decay is awesome on a strength hero.
Oh yeah, no, it's fantastic. It's a great ability.
So
It's-
yeah, Lycan went Midas, and I believe Spirit Breaker is doing that too. Nope, he gave up on
Oh,
that.
oof. Yeah, no. If this Razor could manage, well, he's got Shikuchi. It's whatever. It's fine. I'm like, he could have killed him with the static. Whatever. It's fine. He got him.
It's fine. Everything's it's
He
fine.
got him with Last Field. No, it's fine. It's not like I'm fucking sponsored by Monster Energy or anything. I'm not a professional player. It's just.
But if Monster Energy wants to sponsor us,
Yeah,
you
just
know,
throw it out
just
there.
hit us up at rnggali@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Fortified.
Monster Bucks. Look at this. Look at this guy with this Shikuchi.
Yeah, so he was really helping out in the laning phase.
Exit strategy here, though. I guess he's just gonna walk past the tower.
Yeah, just walk past it, pretty much.
Well, no one's gonna TP or kill him or anything, right?
Yeah, it's not like Lycan. Oh wait, Lycan doesn't have a TP.
Dyer's
Okay.
bottom tower is under attack.
All right, so top tower got taken out by Medusa and Axe, which is to be expected since they have the strongest pushing build right now.
It looks like your Spirit Breaker decided to abandon his dream of Midas and pick up a Bit Booster and Chainmail. No boots.
Yeah, no boots.
No boots required.
Not sure what the plan was there, Cotton, but
Do those even go into like one item, like the two of those things?
Crimson Guard eventually.
All right, yeah, I suppose they do.
Yeah, I remember whiffing that one.
Yeah.
It didn't matter
Well-
because Essence.
Oh yeah, you just throw them all out there. It is kind of unfortunate because like your preferred ability in this build was like you wanted to spam decay, but you had to level everything else first.
Yeah, so I remember being like really angry about that. I was just like, oh, I really wish I could just spam decay right now.
Oh, did you see him cancel that guy's Sandstorm like a professional?
Yeah,
With that
yeah.
ult?
Yeah.
It's pretty.
This is
Value?
low level play. Like I said,
Yeah.
maybe take one of the quotation marks. We're down to like 6.
Yeah,
is under
that's fine.
attack.
Wait, so you can still buy Ring of Health and Side Shop?
Oh yeah,
Wait.
yeah. Ring of Health is still at the side shop.
Radiant's
actually.
top tower is
Oh,
under
and so is Voidstone. I did not know that.
Yeah, they're both there. So yeah, I knew I was gonna build a mech. I kind of knew that was gonna have to happen. So
Mhm.
I kind of piecemealed it a little bit here, but I think I can't remember if I'm going boots first. I don't know. I don't remember what I was doing. It's been a little while.
Yeah. Well,
Sand
the-
King,
Yeah.
he's got some items. Like I said, our 3 cores are still lagging behind Lycanthrope, but overall we have more net worth.
Mhm.
Lycanthrope's got him Midas. And we kind of let him do exactly what I thought we shouldn't let him do, which is kind of just farm.
Just do whatever you want to do.
And I didn't have the wherewithal to try to direct my compatriots to solve that problem. So
Well, I
figured-
mean, to be fair, no one really had anything to pick him off with his particular abilities. Like, he just walks away.
So I ulted, but have no follow-up, as usual.
Yeah,
So
no, it's...
I'm like,
yeah.
hey, what's up, guys? I'm a giant walking zombie that does nothing.
So not to criticize your support play, but did you ever think that maybe investing in some sentries?
You know what? Stay tuned, I think.
Okay, all right.
So, all right, well, it's paused, so I guess it's a good time to look at the board here.
Yeah.
Let's see, net worth. All right, so experience-wise, the little thing's obscuring my view, but if we're about the same, money-wise, we're way ahead on the Radiant side. That's mostly due to the 8-kill head start we have. The thing about this game is, like, for the most part, I think we stay pretty on top of kills, but I always felt like Lycanthrope was like this, like he was the 800-pound gorilla, and if we let him get out of control, it was gonna be he could just 1v1 1v5 us and win.
Yeah, I mean, with 4 in Unstable Current and 4 in Untouchable, it's very difficult to do things to him.
Right.
especially with like an ult where he can just extricate himself from any bad fight.
All right, so mid they're trying to gank Spear Breaker. He's just standing there and taking it, and he took it.
Wow.
I'm not sure what the play was there. I guess he thought he could man moon Axe down.
To be fair, if not for the Leech Seed heal there, maybe Axe would add to the tower. I don't know.
True. True. One of the things I try to get better with as a player is knowing that like sometimes it's just better just to fight and hope that maybe you can burst the other person down. You know, like when you play sniper, for instance, it's usually best not to run away. It's best to just sit there and try and kill him. Maybe that was the plan. I don't know. But when he's got double helix, is his basically only damage dealing ability besides caustic finale, which
it's getting that 200 damage every 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Or 66 damage rather, if they don't explode.
Yeah. So now we have a nice tower lead, but our experience is almost exactly the same. Our gold is way ahead. Still not like in the bag. I remember still thinking like, yeah, this is not anywhere near the bag. So.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not
So bot, we got a attempted gank by OD.
Let's see, Tombstone. Let's see this. Another pretty good stun, guys. That's easy peasy. No one turns around.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And mid, we got Razor doing his Yakuchi Storm
Dire's
stuff.
structures are fortified.
I guess it's a good counter to Lycanthrope, because I don't think that Storm is affected by Untouchable.
Yeah, no, it's not.
So he can just Yakuchi and run around him.
Dire's bottom tower
Yeah, but I mean,
has
it's not going
fallen.
to kill him.
No, it's going to
Dire's
tickle.
middle tower
Yeah,
is
it's
under
going to
attack.
tickle pretty well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So, Axe is going Chrysalis or
Dire's bottom
Crit
Yeah,
here.
I saw that. He's supplementing his complete lack of any damage with that. Which, it synergizes with his little bit of attack speed and bonus damage from Feral Impulse. 2 units under his control, which he has none.
It's true. I'm trying to think. What would I or you do in this case with his build? What do you think would be the items for him?
I mean, if we're being serious, I would have abandoned by now. If ended up with that.
Okay.
If we're trying to be
couldn't
constructive,
abandon.
All right. It's
Radiant's middle
it's
tower
just
is
tough.
under
Like
attack.
you have to really think about like what synergizes with your base hero. And all his base hero is Leech Seed, a Disruptor ult, and like a teeny tiny bit of attack speed damage. So you can go pretty much anywhere with that. But then his base hero attacks, so you don't want to build like utility caster items because your mana pool is always going to be subpar. So I mean, I would go like some sort of utility things, maybe Force Staff, something like that.
Yeah, I think I would. Sometimes when I play the ability draft and I get stuck with a bad set of abilities, like kind of like this guy
Radiant's
has.
middle tower is under
I
attack.
kind of just lean into the 1 or 2 abilities that I think are best out of the 4 that I have. So like in this case, I would just kind of lean into Feral Seed and Static Storm. So maybe do like
Radiant
a
structures
Yule,
are
not a Yule,
fortified.
but like the thing that slows people.
Radiant's middle tower is
Atos.
under
Atos. I would kind of lean into that and probably do an Atos, Leech Seed, Atos, Static Storm kind of thing.
Dire's top
that
tower
could
is
work.
under attack.
So that, like, I would think if it was me, I would go for some sort of small item to get me through in the mid game, and then build an Ags because Ags Disruptor is pretty good.
Yeah, Axe Disruptor.
I win some team fights.
Invisibility!
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So Razor's does some nice damage to the top or bottom. He kind of doesn't need to be. Oh. Okay,
Yeah.
a whole lot of nothing happened there. All right, cool.
Yeah. That's an Invis rune where you decide not to pull the trigger. That's all that is.
I think Medusa's build's pretty good. I mean, like the impetus should be fine whenever she's a ranged character, so it shouldn't matter. I mean, mostly it's just disruption field, tombstone, impetus people. I think it's really strong,
Team fight, yeah.
but Medusa's stacking, if I remember correctly, is pretty not great. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay stacking. But so she's not gonna have the mana to really do that much. So.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. And that's the thing. Like you could pretend that you're Medusa and build some stat-heavy items just to support your mana pool. Because she's not an int hero, so that's why it's awkward to build mana items with impetus. Like, you can't build like a Yules or a Force Staff and be like, hey, this helps my damage as well.
So our Spear Breaker used charge to get away from a possible gank.
Mm-hmm.
Lead play by him.
Oh, you mean the Weaver? That is basically
Weaver.
Spear
Well,
Breaker,
yes, the Weaver, quote unquote, that is the Spear Breaker.
who is leveling his most impactful. Like Thunderstrike is best in lane, and then scales down.
Right.
And he's going to level it last, which means it's not going to be very
Radiant's
good.
bottom tower
And he
is
has a
under
similar
attack.
problem to your Medusa in that he has abilities to cost mana, but not much mana. So we'll see. He's going to bump into you here. We'll see how this.
Yeah.
kinda-
So he bumped into me,
smacks
and
you.
and I remember saying, okay. But I did back off because I did get, as you can see
Yeah.
from the dire side, I was like, I'm pretty sure there's more than just them over there.
Yeah, that would not have been the play to just run up there. Razor built an axe. There you go. Crack some towers with that.
Yeah,
That's
so
lovely.
as I find with most ability draft players, there is like the abilities that everyone thinks are pro sauce. And Impetus is one of them. So everybody who gets Impetus will lean really hard into that. So it's no surprise there that you think about that. I walked into that gank anyway. 'Cause I thought
You
they
got
moved
the ult
on.
off, but you couldn't. If only you'd have leveled decay.
Yeah. So but the good news is that as I'm one to do when I play Dota, I set up the team fight after I'm dead.
Okay. Well, no, it's space.
Space
Calculated.
creation.
Calculated feats.
So I was actually pleasantly surprised by this. I did not expect my team to actually respond to my death and actually TP up here and do something about it. So kudos to the team.
I still can't tell if this triple shot, if this split shot's doing anything.
Yeah, I would actually want to see.
I don't know how you would tell.
I don't know, and it's not nerfing
I think-
his damage though. It doesn't look like.
Yeah.
Should.
Well,
Dire's bottom tower is
Um,
under attack.
no, his base damage is the same. It's just the other hits do less.
Dire's structures are
Oh wait, no,
fortified.
I'm lying. Completely lying.
Oh wait.
Top tower is under attack.
He's got
I
to turn it
think-
off for us to tell.
I
It doesn't
think
show as like a negative.
Is he blue? No. He's
No,
purple.
blue's Razor.
Okay, so all right, so you're liking being liking.
Yeah, how's that?
So like I said, he hits like a wet noodle. We have a really hard time killing him.
And then he just holds everyone in place, and I see how this works. All right, Bro Strike missed. That's good.
Yeah.
Sand King's really reluctant to give up his static link, even though he does nothing with it. So that's cute.
Yeah.
He's got that 168 bonus damage, but he just can't do anything with it.
I like it when Desolator first. I don't know if that's the play.
I thought he was going to BKB, and that would have made sense to me. Just really lean into the "you can't kill me" thing,
Right.
and then get some sort of, I don't know. I guess you wouldn't go Necros. Maybe go Basher first or something like that, just to give him some lockdown.
Yeah, I feel like that's what he needed.
That's one thing I think a lot of people who have melee base heroes in ability draft, like most most melee heroes in Dota, either have something to like close the distance, like snare someone and speed you up, or some sort of distance closure that moves your hero, towards what you're trying to get to. In ability draft, people just don't do that. Like they don't take any of that kind of stuff. So then they just spend a lot of time waddling behind people.
Exactly. So we got something going top here. Another group fight.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah, just invisible out of the storm. It's good times. It's not quite as good as what he's trying to do with it. Like,
Yeah.
you can't do that.
So that was questionable as a center here, but it still kind of did the trick.
I mean, it's
A
going to
little
kill Medusa, I think. Maybe? No? Static Storm? Overgrowth?
bit. The overgrowth hit, and then this doesn't work out for him anymore.
Yep.
OD was another character I was really scared about because Mana Shield can be pretty rough to deal with if somebody gets enough items.
Yeah, you just get some
Radiant's
stats and it's a
bottom
ton of
tower is
effective
under
HP.
attack.
But I think the thing that kind of ruined Mana Storm and then bought like and just kind of got some free damage on the tower. But I think the problem that
structures
ran
are
into is
fortified.
that he had
Radiant's bottom
all of his
tower
abilities were
is
mana
under
driven,
attack.
and I don't think that left him a lot of mana for his shield.
Well, that goes back to, like, the part of why that's go Medusa is because you have Mystic Snake to constantly refill your mana.
Right.
And if you don't have a mechanic like that, it can just be a double-edged sword. Like, sure, you've got extra effective HP, but then you don't have mana to do anything else. You just die a little bit more slowly and do nothing.
Dire's top tower
Yeah,
is
yeah,
under
that sounds
attack.
about right.
So it's not ringing endorsement for taking that without building,
Dire's top
around it.
tower has
Right.
fallen.
All right, so this is the time when I finally decided to get wards because I realized nobody was buying wards.
All right, so I don't think split shots do anything, but just still don't know.
I don't know. I still don't
Yeah,
know.
I've noticed that the mini map has been, pretty devoid of little eyeballs, unless they've got an orange name tag. There not been many of them.
This is
Oh
me
wait, no, they
I'm-
warded there.
This is me juking.
Oh, okay. All right, let's see the jukes.
It wasn't big. It was Spirit Breaker was following me, so I went west instead of south.
The disruptor leveled Battle Hunger over Glimpse.
Because reasons.
Let's do that, but that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, oftentimes in ability draft, people do not understand like which abilities they have that are most important.
Well, it's situational.
yeah.
Maybe he thought it was more important to get that lane harass in or whatever. But
Maybe I guess his point of view is that like he can glimpse, but he can't follow it up, so he doesn't have the kinetic feel.
yeah, to pull them into. That's true.
Maybe that's just thought. I'm not sure.
It's just such a good chasing thing. But if you're looking at the ebb and flow of the game, they have not been chasing you guys very much, so that's why it's not been as valuable.
All right, so I guess they just I guess the enemy team never decided to buy detection.
No, I mean it's Shikuchi. Don't worry about that.
Don't worry
Your
about it.
Medusa is building a Lincoln's just because she's a Medusa, and that's what you do.
Yeah, this is another thing you'll find in ability draft. People following guides, even though their abilities don't match up with guides anymore.
I mean, like, it's not a bad item. It's just like, is it worth the money versus their trade? I think the answer that's yes.
All right, so this is looking a little rough at the bottom, but Tombstone is the team fight winner.
Well, and Tombstone, while they're affected by Stone Gaze, is pretty good too. So Static Storm on top, like it's your team definitely had the team fight abilities.
Yeah. In the beginning, it didn't look so good, and then later on, they picked up some good team fight abilities.
If they'd invested in some sentries, this whole thing would have been better for them, I think.
Yeah.
Like the Sand King just kind of waddled in and did a Stone Gaze from behind them, just with his value point in Nature's guys.
Yeah, if we look at Sand King's items, he went first Desolator again. I don't know what the deals with Desolators are in this game. But
Dude, pushing. It's so cheap now. How can you not buy it first?
I mean, that's what I say. I said.
Yeah.
That's why I fill up my
damage.
inventory with 6 Ironwood branches, and why
Dude,
not?
but most valuable stats in the game.
You know what? You are right about that. It is the most valuable per point per money stat item in the game.
Yeah. If only you had more item
Radiant's top
slots, you
tower
just
is under
fill it with
attack.
Ironwood branches.
Exactly.
Dire's bottom tower is
Oh,
under
the Sand
attack.
King is now building a diffusal blade. This
Dire's
is.
bottom
I told him.
tower
I
has
told somebody
fallen.
to buy the diffusal blade because at this point I was still scared of OD eventually becoming
Oh,
crazy.
just for mana burn?
Just your mana burn to get through the shield.
All
Well,
right, so
it didn't seem to matter really.
well, and you that only really works with illusion heroes. Like it sounds great, hey, I'll burn mana with every hit, but unless your hero spawns illusions, it's really not going to matter in the course of the fight. Like just one person with a manta or with a diffusal, like if you're one-on-one, it's fine, but in the context of 5 people trying to kill each other very quickly, I don't think it's worth.
Yeah, probably not. And then that's when I decided that, I remember thinking, I was like, you know what, this fusel's probably not worth it. But I don't care enough to tell him not to build it anymore.
Oh yeah,
So,
I mean, fuck it. Well, and I think it stacks with Desolator now, right?
Yeah. Check mid real quick for this. It does stack with Desolator. I don't think it's
Okay. Yeah, they changed
yeah.
diffusal, so it
All right.
stacks.
I think I
All right.
remembered. Yeah, here comes. I think if mid something happened in mid here. I'm not sure yet.
All
We'll
right.
find out.
Look at him wrecking these creeps with this armor pen.
And
It's
the
like Pap,
Geminate,
Pap.
bam.
Pap. It's like a little pugilist.
Yeah, it's just funny. Like when he attacks, he's just so benign when he attacks.
Yeah, just little pokes,
All right. Net worth's pretty much the same. Our axe is kind of taken off at this point.
Yeah, see that.
So at this
It's
point,
because he's got that classic Daedalus into BKB build.
so kill's still far ahead. Experience and gold has shifted more handily to our side. But at this point, and I guess the team too, we were still worried about the late game potential of Lycanthrope. And he's still getting some good farm. I mean, he's number 2 on the board, 11,000.
Yeah, he's almost got his Skull Basher, I think. Or he's got it now. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Radiant's
attacking
top
quick,
tower
he's
is under attack.
got a lot of HP, got a lot of damage at this point. Really hard to kill with his passive.
Split shot works on Axe. Okay.
Oh yeah, it does work. Yeah, look at that.
Wow.
It doesn't seem to incur the damage reduction, so I wonder.
I mean, it does, but it won't. Like if you mouse over his damage, it won't say this much minus 20% or whatever.
Okay, so we have an epicenter mid, and
That's dead Axe. Game reduce is just content to attack uphill, but that's okay. Yeah, this guy's dead. Maybe not.
Okay, so here comes Lycanthrope in. When
All
I
right.
go, oh crap. And
This
that's
is
done.
it. Oh boy.
I have living armor.
Yeah, so it's all gonna be okay.
So this is just Lycanthrope just being unstoppable at this point. Like
Yeah.
it's really hard to bring him down.
Well, and that was just a disjointed fight. Like all their people were there before all your people were there, and there's no follow up. Like the Sand King can give smacks some people, but
I'm not entirely sure what the Sand King was doing there. But
he came in and stun gaze when he had 2 other people alive. So I don't know. I was trying to help.
I did manage to get Medusa out of it. So
The Spirit Breaker, the Solar Crest passive played into that pretty well. Well, I think. I don't know. I don't know if he actually cast it on anybody, so maybe
I
not.
don't think he did.
Yeah, probably.
I think that
odds are good.
I think that implies a level of, I don't want to say competency, but
Yeah.
Oh, there's the soul craft. He used it.
All right.
All right. So mid, I was like, let's do this.
The Medusa. Oh, there we go. Keep hitting him. Keep hitting again. Come on. There we go.
So, yeah, he doesn't have an escape mechanic. Yeah, so like he was in it to win it there. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I got my mech now. I'm still buying wards.
Yeah.
It was at this point I was like, man, what do I need to build to counteract lycanthrope?
You decided it was Ags, right? Spoilers. Team?
Maybe. Maybe. I will let you as a maybe. We'll come back to that because
Okay,
I think I'm
alright.
building up to it.
Flesh Golem's Ags really good because
It is
damage
good.
amplification.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Anyways, that's fine.
So top's getting some pressure. We kind of went back to a stalemate at this point. They're farming the jungle. We're farming our lane.
Yeah, I can see how your team would be a little bit unwilling to engage in another team fight after that one.
Yeah. So like you said, we're still down.
Is Medusa really loading a Bloodstone right now, dude? Is that what's happening? That's fine.
Okay.
That's sure. Sorry.
No, that's fine. So yeah, that team fight really lessened the gap by about 5,000 experience and about 2,500 gold. So it brought us closer. Definitely, we're still way ahead. Top, we have our Sandstorm answer to everything, and Lycanthrope being Lycanthrope.
Yeah, he's with Reaver now. I can see how that's becoming an issue.
Yeah.
Turns out Lincoln's is not a great item to keep you from getting your face beat.
No, it's not.
All right.
I TP top in case they're going to push top. I really didn't know what to do at this point. Like I was kind of floundering a little bit.
Just watching your team die.
Yeah, Sand King died in the jungle. I was like, this is not good.
Yeah.
So I bought a Plate Mail. I decided to go AC to counteract the Lycan.
All right.
And I wanted more armor for myself as well, because I couldn't seem to survive the team fights.
Well, 18 armor is a lot better than, or sorry, yeah, 10 armor is a lot of armor.
Yeah. So I wanted to be able to survive team fights so that they can get the benefits of the flesh golem instead of me just dying first, which is kind of what it is.
To the radiant.
Our dynamic duo, Axe and Razor, took out Roshan.
I see that.
Spiritbreaker continues to go like an Axe type build.
Yeah,
but he doesn't have taunt, so it doesn't matter.
and he doesn't have an item to initiate. He just was like, I don't want to die, so I'm going to buy two, I don't know.
So top, the two of them tried to gank me, but then they realized that like I could just keep decaying.
Yeah, and just be a man.
And so they ran away.
Yeah, that's good. Another thing that I guess could have factored into your decision making on building an item is a lot of items that are kind of like balanced by their heavy mana costs. Like that's not really an issue for you.
True.
Which, in this case, the mech is a big deal. Like a mech can really wear on a support's mana pool during a protracted fight, but you're all right.
Yeah, the mech got pretty good use. Usually, I'm definitely I'm watching Medusa try to ramp up to attack Lycanthrope, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
This was just us getting away from this. Like we didn't want anything to do with this.
Just leaving the tombstone behind like a lizard tail. Just take this.
I decided to try to get decay off on him, and I was okay with it. I can stand up to Lycanthrope pretty well right now, so I wasn't worried about it. Now, Lycanthrope was more timid than I thought he should be at this point. Like I feel like he probably could have still man-moded him.
Nah, it's 2v4.
Maybe.
It's 2v5. I think that's one of just discretions of Airport Valley there. Even with the heart.
So here comes the BKB, but he touch doesn't do anything for magic damage. So and Spiritbreaker can't really do anything.
Yeah, and Lycan built a heart instead of BKB, so he's just susceptible to all that fun stuff.
I mean, Spiritbreaker has all these axe abilities, but he doesn't have a way of holding people in place to get to double helix proc or counter helix. So it's kind of like
just hit him.
It's another one of those cases where people don't understand why an ability is good when they start to look at it. They know that they hate dealing with it or they think it's powerful on the original hero. But a lot of times the ability is only good because it pairs with something else the hero does.
Yeah.
And I think counter helix is one of those cases.
Oh, certainly.
This is a really goofy fight.
Yeah, no, I'm watching. I'm wondering if Razor. No, I guess Razor doesn't die here. You know, it translates into a push, right? He's got some Eye of the Storm time left. No, he's got a lot of Eye of the Storm time left.
Fortified.
The main reason why he decided to push here is because I was going to go. And he
Oh,
had
yeah.
Ags and all that. So.
Yeah, that's great. And he's going to Refresher to try to... that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Thank God they don't have Dunk, right?
Yeah. So Sand King and Axe stayed in there to win it for some reason.
I see that. They had to make that buyback worthwhile for the OD. And look at you actually leaving.
Oh yeah, I was out, man. After that,
done.
after that noise.
And meanwhile, we're watching Lycan once again bash Medusa's thumb face in.
Yeah, and living
And she
armor.
is going Bloodstone, which also doesn't help against this.
Yeah. But watch,
Yeah.
watch the 6 jukes. The 6 jukes.
Oh,
Oh.
all right.
Dire's
Why?
middle tower is
See,
under
moments like
attack.
this, kids, like TPs save lives. Or I guess she gets to live. Oh, she can just do it again.
Live. How
Wow.
about them
All right.
apples?
All right. So you've got your Hyperstone getting towards that AC.
Yep.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Razor probably picks up the rest of his what did he buy? Yeah, he's getting his refresher, I think. Or wait. Oh no, he's not getting. What's he doing with his life if not refresher? Is he getting a link? I swear to God.
See, right there, technically, they could have man-moded me or the tower. Like, dude.
Yeah.
And that's one of the themes you'll find on the enemy team or on the Dire team in this game.
Radiant's middle tower is under
They didn't
attack.
push. They didn't get aggro when they should have.
Yeah.
And this is one of those cases where like they should be able to see that I have no mana, and that they can just mana.
Well, to be fair, something a lot of people can do is check the mana pools of people that they're staring at. They're too busy clicking around or looking at the parts map or whatever. Oh. This is just an interesting fight.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess he's decided that he can't. Oh, but then he ran out of ult.
Exactly. So it's really weird. It's just
Yeah.
weird engagement.
And now they're going to try to run away under a tombstone. That's not great.
So Razor took care of OD at right above the lane there.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, this Sandstorm play, I don't think it's the right move.
No, but I mean, to be fair, does anyone have any detection?
No. We were just going to wait it out.
Yeah.
And
He's got 4-step. Go for it, buddy.
He gets away.
Yeah. Razor did go Lincolns. All right.
Yeah. So really weird fight. Kind of the MO of this game.
Yeah. Although I have to say the split shot working on melee, that's kind of nice. That's just like, you're just going to get a Battle Fury. Or an ability slot, more or less. I mean, it does reduce damage, but still, it's nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's like basically if Battlefield would, save an item slot, basically.
Yeah, it saves some money.
So yeah, Axe continues to build damage-based items. He did pick up a BKB.
Yeah, and then he went back for Maelstrom's for farm.
Yeah.
It's good.
Razors, kind of, you got the Lincolns, got the Ags.
Their Weaver went for Yasha, and then he had an Ogre Club, and I thought he was going to SNY, but he went back for an Ags for his
Tower is under attack.
Spear Break roll.
I personally think this is one of the worst Ags in the game. Like, I don't think the Ags on the Spear Break roll is worth it, especially given
Radiant's
the
top
other items
tower
you could
has
buy.
fallen.
But it hits in a small areas around him.
Oh,
250.
Great!
If anyone's within 250 units, they take some damage.
All right, like I'm gonna draw like a square on the screen. That's about 250. Like
It's
that's
not very
nothing.
big. I think like your hero can hit people that are further away than 250, like with melee.
I'm
like-
yeah. I'm at like 128 range, but yeah.
It looks like two. He's a
Yeah.
big guy.
He's a big guy. Works out.
Your Medusa's really good. All right.
Dire's bottom
That's
tower
Bloodstone.
is
I don't
under
get it.
attack.
I don't get it either. I guess the thought was that you got to impetus
Or
harder.
stats.
Got to
Yeah.
impetus harder. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Well, I'm like, and your Razor figured out that the Ags is the way for him to be relevant in the game. And then instead of leaning into that with the Refresher, he decided to get the Lincolns, which probably kept him alive here. So I guess it's fine. I just feel like with having Shikuchi as an ability, you don't need to get such a defensive item.
Yeah, I mean, I think, with ability draft, like you lean into the abilities that are the best and build around them, and then you also make sure you don't get items that your abilities that are already addressed. So like, if you got Shikuchi, you probably don't need too many defensive items, or if you have like, just for instance, you have Bristleback, the actual skill Bristleback, you probably don't need that much defensive item depending on what kind of character you are.
Yeah, that's true.
Because all the money you spend on those items are money you're not spending gearing towards your strength.
Oh, exactly. Or just picking up, other types of defensive items.
All right, so we
Like this-
maybe getting kill here, maybe.
Yeah, like your Medusa's just been getting beaten around by melee abilities this entire game, and just unfortunately she's just getting stat items like that don't give armor.
Well, we decided that while they were being ganky in the jungle, we would.
Oh,
push
look at
top.
this! Yeah, see this. This is good.
And here comes Weaver with his charges in. Oh, look at that Axe going to
There,
work.
here's
It
the
hit
ult.
one
Boom.
person.
Got him.
It hit one person, guys.
All right, I think that was clearly worth the
Dire's
investment
top barracks
Yes.
has fallen.
because he got some stats. So it turns out Axe was actually the man your team needed. You just needed to farm some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's really weird. I mean, like, it's almost like sometimes you happen when it happens in ability draft, you get. I guess that happens in the real game too. Is that you have abilities that are great in the lane phase that fall off, and then abilities that come into their own in the late game. So he definitely transitioned to a late game with this split shot.
Yeah.
Lycan just man mode.
Yeah, because that's how he does.
I decided to show up to this.
And last mistake he ever made.
Wait,
Up.
wait for it, wait for it. Oh, just
Oh my
casually
God.
walking away. And while my
Alright.
team cleans up their team.
That's pretty
walking
funny.
away.
He literally can't catch you. You're
Yep.
the same speed. He can't do it.
Dire's
walk
And now
middle
he's
tower is
oh
under
no. Just kidding. He just gave up in
I
minus.
I knew that like he couldn't
has
kill me
fallen.
basically, as
Yeah.
long as I kept moving away from him. And he knew that
Dire's
too, so
middle
he
tower
left.
is under
That's
attack.
pretty funny.
In the process, his entire team
Dire's
died, and
structures
top
are
lane racks were
fortified.
cleared.
Yeah, and mid starting to have issues. Yeah, that was tactical.
It was very,
Good.
very tactical, and then that allows me to finish on my AC. So,
And it
AC
also
on the
creates
way.
space for your Razor to buy a Dagon. So there you go.
There's that dunk. I think that was like the one and only dunk he got all game.
Maybe he got one or two. He did get a lot of
Radiant's
dunks, that's
turret
certain.
has been
Just got
killed.
scuttling Scotty Bro Jr.
But he got the. Don't worry, man. He got the level 2 Dagon off, so it's worth.
Radiant structures are
worth.
fortified.
It's fine.
Radiant's
Does the
bottom
OD
tower
decide
is
that
under
he's
attack.
had enough ability draft for this evening at this point?
Yeah, this is around the team when it started falling apart a little bit. You will find the abandons are a little higher in ability draft.
Yeah. Just from my personal anecdotal experience, I've noticed that.
I've never known anybody to abandon a ability draft game personally.
Yeah. Wouldn't name any names or anything.
No, I wouldn't name any names, but
Yeah.
you
I've
mean
seen it happen.
me. This is Medusa getting chased as usual. I think Medusa gets the award for most chase, like all game.
Yeah, just the entire game, everyone. And like, it's funny because she's got static field, so kinetic field. So like, they're not gonna get her. Like, it's a 10-second cooldown.
So this is me trying to save her as usual. Not gonna happen. Lycan was like, "I'm gonna get you," and I'm like, "Probably not." And
No.
this is when you can really see the 24 armor paying off. He
Dire's
barely
Yeah,
middle
when
tower
it's
damaged.
is
hitting you,
under attack.
yeah. I really think that heart was a mistake for him. Like, I think if he'd
Yeah.
gotten,
He
like,
needed-
if he gone Abyssal instead of that.
Yeah, Bissell, he just needed damage. He needed to kill quick because the longer the fight goes on, the better we do.
Yeah. Especially with all like the tarpet things your team has, like Tombstone, just to slow them down.
Razor continues to be our nice pushing champion here. Him and Axe really did a number on the pushes.
Oh yeah, just provided some physical damage.
Let's take a look at the items here. Lycan, yeah, like I said, got the heart. Probably not a good idea. You got Spear Breaker with a San. I'm guessing going Yasha, San Yasha. Once again, I got
Radiant's
Blade
top
Mail
tower
leaning
is
into the
under
counter
attack.
Helix.
But
doesn't
no one
have-
has to hit him.
But no one has to hit him. So, yeah.
So, yeah.
Weaver, Ags, bad choice. Sanji Yasha, I like Sanji Yasha's ability. It's probably okay given he's got Greater Bash, which is affected by a movement speed. OD out of the game. He had a Veil and Mules. It's fine.
Yeah, that buyback earlier when you guys were pushing top, I think really kind of killed the game for him.
Yeah.
No item progression from there.
Little tidbit, little trivia is that Veil increases the damage of Epicenter more than Ags does technically.
Yeah, it's really good.
So that it can be used for that purpose, but of course it depends on you getting a good Veil off.
Exactly, yeah. And it tanks you up a little bit. You know, it's a pretty good situational item when you're playing tanking.
Yeah. I appreciate any item that gives me HP regen.
Yeah.
So-
And some armor on the hero. Or he's a strength hero, isn't he? Yeah, but still, armor's good. He has a strength there.
What are you talking about again?
Yep. We were talking about
OD's
Veil.
intellect.
Is under attack.
No, I was talking about for the base hero Sand King.
Oh, yeah. He's a strength.
Since we're talking about Epson, you threw me off.
Dyer's middle tower has fallen.
Alright, so yeah, this is basically the end of the
Dyer's
game.
middle barracks are Dyer's middle barracks has
So,
fallen. Dyer's
overall
middle
thoughts about this game,
barracks
I
has
thought this was a really crazy game. Like, it just, the team fights were weird,
fallen.
really
Dyer's
weird.
bottom tower is under attack.
And there was a lot of times when like I was like pretty sure I was gonna die. But take it from me, kids. Living Armor's really good.
It's a solid ability. It
something-
scales pretty well. You know, it max level blocking 80 armor hit does not sound like a lot, but it's actually huge
Dyer's
for keeping
bottom
someone alive.
barracks are under attack.
So you take that in mind. If
Dyer's bottom
Untouchable's
barracks
not a first round pick probably.
No, I mean it's good, but it's not that good.
That's what Lycan needed was a carry passive or a carry ability. He needed something to
He needed a slow.
is
he needed
under
to ramp up on that damage.
Yeah.
So a snare or just something that something where he could get damage from just not just items. Because
Dyer's
the only thing that gives him damage is shapeshift, and it's not that much. I mean, it's a crit, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's basically just a distance closer. It's not really.
Is under attack.
And especially with the cast time and all that, I don't think shapeshift is worth it. That like it's not first either.
Is under attack.
And that wraps it up.
Yeah, that looks like that's about it, Kat. Radiant victory. All right.
So I think the big victors here were definitely like Razor and Axe. I give props to Medusa for escaping as much times as she did. Holy crap!
And just general space creation.
Right. And the last thing I was going to say was that when you play an ability draft and all the quote unquote overpowered abilities are taken, build a really sweet support character. Because most people don't recognize that. Don't recognize the value in that. So pick up, like in my case, Living Armor with Ascensora and just Golem. So just being there for team fights was enough to really help turn the tide on some of those. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. And even just little things like your team having a mech in those early fights, like around 20 minutes when they didn't have one. Every little bit.
You look at their side, and they clearly didn't have a support. I mean,
No,
Disruptor
it's had
kind of
people that
support,
farmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, not as well as
Well,
others.
everyone's got that lust for damage. So even Disruptor had a veil. Outworld
Dude,
has a veil.
double veil. It's
like-
pretty good.
Yeah.
Arguably worse than no one having a mech, but
Exactly.
it's fine.
So take it from me, kids. Support. It's where it's at most of the time. But until next time, this is Ego. I got Crab. I'll hit you guys up on the next one.
Later.